All right, here we are with lesson one. Um, I think it's very important just to look at the banjo itself, real quick. I have here an Eagle 2 that I compose a lot of music on because it's just handy to have around. It's a great sounding instrument. So for me, it's a lot of fun just to have. Um, so when you look at the banjo and you look at, it has a fifth string peg here. This is really the highest string for the banjo, and it's like a hand when you look at the banjo. It's like you have the thumb for the fifth string and four strings. Some people would also refer it as a horse's leg, where you have the thumb, the little thumb end, of the horse being up on the leg. But anyway, I don't know if this has anything to do with the banjo, but it's just a fun little fun little fact. So the first thing is that we, tune the banjo and get it into a tuning. Now, the banjo has different tunings that are used, for different styles. Let's say if you play clawhammer, you have more different tunings than if you would, play regular Scruggs style, a bluegrass type of banjo. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the regular G tuning that we use for most of the tunes that we start off with and get you going. So when you look at the banjo, the fifth string is a G. It's a high G. Then the D comes a D, a low D, and a G, and a B, and a D. So this is like a G chord, but you don't, I just mentioned that right now. You don't have to think about it, but it's an open chord. That means it sounds actually quite pleasant if you just strum over the banjo. I think that's very nice, if you happen to like the banjo. All right. Now there's different techniques of how to play the banjo, and I want to focus on the traditional, what's called three-finger style. So as the three-finger style says, it's three fingers. It's thumb, index, and middle. Now, for the thumb, stays in the beginning, let's say, it's on the fifth string, and the index on the second, and the middle on the first. So we use these three fingers, and the other two fingers that are left of the hand, they are, usually one or two of them are touching the banjo head, and it's just because it gives you a little bit more of a stable feel of where the hand is. If it's all the way up in the air, it's difficult, to find the string sometimes, or have, like classical musicians really can do that. But in the banjo, traditionally, we use the one or two fingers. It could be this finger or both of them, to sort of anchor the hand, onto the banjo. And um, it is not important to press down very much. Just sort of very relaxed. When you look at your hand, um, every hand looks different, and it develops also differently. So you don't necessarily want to look at other people's hand positions. Maybe some people play a little bit more like that or like that. J.D. Crowe was very much like that, or Earl Scruggs, or maybe a little bit more like that. I don't know, but the main thing is that you stay relaxed and don't try to sort of cramp the hand, like in a very unnatural position where you have, and you can feel that very well because you can really feel that the hand inside of itself has sort of already muscles. They are already tense, and you don't want that. Just try to relax the hand as much as possible and just lay it on the banjo, and it just put it somewhere in the middle. I mean, just pluck the strings somewhere in the middle between the bridge and the neck to begin with. That's a pleasant sound right there. That sounds really nice. And so what you can do is now you can take the thumb and play the fifth string, and then take the index finger and play the second string, and then play the middle finger, play the first. I think that's a very beautiful way of just starting to get a motion going. Now, you can do this with finger picks or without finger picks. It's not that important right now. I mean, it's just important that you few things are important in this moment is that you have a distance between the strings is kind of equal. It's like you're going. Speed is not of any essence right now. You just play this first note, play this next note, and then play the first note. First string, fifth string, second string, first string. Now, there's a concept in music that I have discovered. Not I discovered, I mean, I discovered it, but it was around, of course, a long time. But I discovered it at one point, learned about it, and I thought it was very, very intriguing. And I will talk about this again and again and again. It's very important to always sing with the note that you play. Da, 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 da. Now, you don't have to be a singer or anything. You just go, you don't have to be a good singer or anything. This is because we are all able to sing and hum melodies like certain Christmas carols, or we can Happy Birthday, all the tunes that we know in our mind are connected to our vocal cords, and our vocal cords, they react to our memory of the brain, so we can sing Happy Birthday, like I said, all the tunes that we know, the songs, hymns, whatever is stored up there. and what we need to do is right from the beginning is we want to make a connection between our melody mind, our melody. It's like a motor mind that controls the vocal cords, but our fingers now, they want to become the vocal cords. So we want to take the memory of our melodic mind and transfer it into our fingers, not to our vocal cords, into our fingers. So in order to do that, we got to teach our memory where these notes are on the banjo, the new vocal cord, an additional vocal cord, so to speak. So in order to do that, we can sing the note da, 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 and then the next one da, 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 da. And like you see, I got my banjo laid here just on the table, and you can do the same. You can just sort of just have it in front of you. Just go da, like a dobro, like da, 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 ge, da, da, da. This is much more important than you might think right now, because at one point you will just remember that da is here and da is here and da is here. So da dum bum da dum bum da 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 dum 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 da dum dum bum ba dum dum bum ba dum dum bum 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 bum. You see, and so if you do that from the very beginning, you can start connecting your mind to your extended vocal cord. And that's why when you see musicians who have been doing this for a long time, they feel like they're connected with their instrument, because they truly are. I just give you an example. When I play complicated things, on concerts and such, I don't want to see now you can see me wearing quite heavy glasses, but when I'm on the stage, I don't wear my glasses. And it sometimes helps me really to not look at the banjo so much, because I just don't see it that well now anymore. And I don't want to see all the movements my hands are doing. That would be like confusing. It would be almost like I would have a screen with my vocal cords being displayed. And then while I talk, I would see my vocal cords move. And that would be a little confusing because I forget to concentrate on what do I want to say, and I will just look at the picture on the screen. Same as with instruments. In the end, you don't want to, you don't want to think too much about where you are and what you do. You just need to know, oh, okay, I need to go up, so look here and blah blah blah. But here, in particular, you want to know where that note is. So da da da. Once you got that, you can also use the thumb. Let's say the thumb, and just play the fourth string, and go da 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 ba dum ba dum ba da dum ba dum. Use the third string, da dum dum ba da 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 dum bum 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 da 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 da. Now there's a rule later on that we will not, in a fast sequence, use the same finger on a string twice. But in the beginning, I just want to make you feel more comfortable with the instrument. And even if you have played for a while, try sing along just with these open strings, and you will notice a difference of how you look at the music you're already playing. Anyway, this is the first little sequence, and I hope this was helpful, and I'll post a lot more. Okay, you take care. Bye-bye.